What is up, guys? Blim here, and today we are gonna be doing something different, which is related to SSOU, but it's not gonna be our regular laddering, which we generally do. Today we are gonna be doing something different. So, if you guys know, the suspect test is going on for the big dog or the Zamazenta crown form, and this is the requirement which you need. You need to play a minimum of 30 games and you need an 84 GXE. And the more you play the GXE, also the GXE requirement has been reduced to minimum of 50 games with an 80 GXE. This is the requirement, and you need to use an alt with OUTN followed by the name. And a lot of guys have got the required ratings for the suspect text. Yep, a lot of guys have got. And in my previous video, I have shown that how I got the suspect test requirements as well. Yep, I was 30O. So yep, this was my previous video. If you want, you guys can check it out, my 30O in suspect test. But today we are gonna be doing something different. Today I'm gonna be sharing some of the best teams from the best players out there, best OU players out there, what teams they have used for the suspect test. So stay tuned and let's begin. Firstly, let's check the initial thread. I like who have the best records from here. So if we just go, so here firstly in this page, I think I have a 30-0 record. Okay, from this page one. Then from page two, we have, let's see, moving to page two. Page two, we have. Let's see. Moving. Do we have? Okay, we have John W. John W. is a very famous player. John W. has also a 30O. Moving on to the next page, we have, we have, we have. Let's see, whom do we have? Third page, we have the GOAT EMPO. EMPO, the holder of so many trophies here. EMPO has a 31, and we have some other users as well. So we won't get to that. So these are the, I think, the best records we have: EMPO, John W, me, and also I will cover one more user as well. So first, let's check John W's rating. John W has got 85 GXE with 30 wins and 0 losses. So first, let's see what team was John W using for his suspect test. So this was the team which John W was using for his test. He was using this team with the Slow King. I think this is for the Lele's, because Lele is a huge threat in the SSOU tier. He has a Slow King, he has this Trapping, Heatran. He initially had Protect on this, but I had changed it to Taunt. Initially it was Protect, but I have changed it to Taunt because I found Taunt a bit more useful, but you can run Protect as well if you want. Then we have this D-Knight. For this D-Knight deals with a lot of stuff like Urshifus and Heatrans. This D-Knight is the main Heatran check in the team. It has Earthquake for Heatrans and Flamethrower for the running Ferrothorns and stuff. So we have a D-Knight with Heal Bell support as well. Then we have, as usual, the Landorus T, and he has Defog and Stealth Rock on the same set because we don't have other mons to defog. So, and we need the defog because it helps our, in case we get knocked off, and it also gives chip to Heatran, so defog is useful. And then we have this Tapu Koko here. Tapu Koko is a really nuisance to deal with in the SSOU tier with boots and the usual set. And then we have the big dog Zamazenta himself. So with close combat, Behemoth Bash, Wild Charge powered up by the terrain, it 2-hit kills almost. I think it 2-hit kills Pex and stuff. So this was the team which John W used to get his 30O in suspect test. So I will share the team in the link. Now let's move on to another user. Let's move on to EMPO. EMPO just now, he won the official Smogon tournament. He won the OST. He was a World Cup winner as well. So he has a 31 record. Now let's see what team was EMPO using. So EMPO was using a super HO offensive team. He was using this HO with Aegislash with choice specs standard set. Then he had this Rocky Helmet Chomp lead with rocks and Injure to chip mons. Then he has the specs Dragapult, Timid for speed check, and Ghost resist. Not much there in the tier recent currently. We have only Blissey, Chansey and stuff. So not much Pex is even. Fizdep Pex is 2-hit killed by Shadow Ball, and there is always chance for getting Split drops, and so this is a big threat. Then we have this protective pads with Shifu to prevent static rocket helmet chips. It helps to get rid of Ferrothons and stuff, and also Zapdos. It does a fair chunk to offensive Zapdos without the fear of static. Then we have this Rillaboom for priority, and plus Rillaboom is doing Rillaboom stuff, Source Dance, Grassy Glide, Knockoff, and Super Power as well. And we have this Bishop for the last slot. So, yep, this is basically what EMPO's team is. And by the way, this team was made by, I think, user Extra. Extra has made this team, so big shout out to Extra for the team which EMPO has used to get reqs. So this will be the team which I will share as well. Now, let's move on to another user. Let's move on to Coach Jones. So, many of you might not know Coach Jones, but let me tell you, Coach Jones is one of the best players in SSOU currently. And let me show you where he is right now in the ladder. So if we check the ladder in the SSOU tier, so I don't have to say much. It will be visible in the ladder only. So Coach Jones is number 6 in the ladder with one of the highest GXCs here, 87.5 GXC. Coach Jones means always business. Coach Jones has some of the best teams ever. So Coach Jones is a really good friend. And now let's see what team Coach Jones recommends using. So this team was given by Coach Jones. It has this Life Orb Special Chomp. This does massive damage to Corviknight, Skarmories, and also you will find currently that like this big dog, and then also other Garchomps, Rocky Helmet Chomps, stay in on the other Chomps to Toxic and Stealth Rocks. So you just go ahead for the Draco Meteor and just destroy the Chomps. So he has this offensive special Garchomp, then followed by the big dog. Big dog is a very good cleaner. Then he has this Lele. Lele is just Lele. It doesn't have much switch-ins. It destroys everything in the tier. Even not much invested. Slowking is 2-hit KO'd. Slowking Galarian form is 2-hit KO'd by Psyshock. It does a lot to, I think it does 75 to 80% with Psyshock on the Galarian Slowking. So we have this Lele. Then we have this Tang. Tang is the main check for the big dog and some other physical attackers like, let's say, physical DD Dragapult, physical Chomp and stuff. So we have this Tang, and Tang is also a main check for the big dog because +1 CC, I don't think it, let's see how much damage it does. +1 and Tang growth, Rocky Helmet. So, and this is Adamant. So let's make it Jolly. So you see this ZAMAZENTA, it does 48 to 52 to a max HP max at +1. And neutral, I don't think, yep, it's a 3-hit KO. And Focus Blast will always be, and yep, it's a 3 guaranteed 3-hit KO. And we have Sleep Powder and we have Giga Drain for recovery as well. Even if it's just at +1, you can Giga Drain on the first turn, and then you can give it Rocky Helmet chip. You can go for Sleep Powders and stuff, and then yep, so Tangrowth is a really good physical wall on the team. Then we have this Spidef Mandibus for other Dragapults and Ghost Spam, basically. We have this Spidef Mandibus, and then we have the Spidef trapping Heatran, trapping Pex, and then Toxicking Hydreigon, and other stuff as well. Chanseys, Blissies. So yep, Heatran is just doing Heatran things. Heatran also takes hits from Lele as well. So it's a good check to Lele as well. So this is basically the team which Coach Jones has given us. And lastly, so I have also gone 30 in this test, and this was the team which I was using. I have used in my last, I think my last after 20-0, the last 10 games, this was the team I was using. So this is a super bulky offense team, bulky balance team with this built around this Zarude. Zarude is one of the most underrated mons in the SSOU tier. Zarude, after I think it doesn't have much checks. I think only Lando is threatening it, and maybe it takes Dracos from Dragapult. We have this bit HP as well, and so this team is built around the Zarude. So Zarude can take one-on-one. It can take on Mandy. It can sometimes it can take non-Iron Defense Corp as well. So Zarude is really good. It takes on Hippo, and we have this move called Jungle Healing. It always helps us from status and stuff. So yep, Zarude is a really good mon. Then we have, as usual, the 4 walls. There's Toxapex. We have Toxapex doing spec stuff. We have this Chansey. We have this Hippo. We have this 64 defense Hippo so that it doesn't get 2-hit KO'd by regular ZAMAZENTA close combat. We have the 64 defense Hippo. Then we have this Iron Defense Corp in case ZAMAZENTA gets out of hand. So Iron Defense Corp will always solo ZAMAZENTA. And lastly, we have this Kyurem. Kyurem is mainly for the Heatran. I wouldn't recommend using Metronome because Metronome is really hard to pull off and it's really not that useful. So I will always recommend using heavy duty boots. So this is my ideal, this should be the ideal set. You should run heavy duty boots on Curem, but I have a knack for metronome, so I'm using metronome because I really like this item. But yeah, I wouldn't recommend metronome. I would recommend everyone use heavy duty boots. So this is basically the team which I used to get my third TO. So this is gonna be the 4 teams which I'm gonna share, and I'm pretty sure if you guys want, so if you guys get Rex for the suspect test, and basically I will show you what you will get. If you complete your Rex for the suspect test, you will get this blue. If you need four suspect tests in a single tier, so if you get 4 suspect tests in SSOU, you will get this cheering contributor badge. It is also called the TC badge, and if you get more, then you will get my badge. This is the TCA badge, or the cheering contributor alumnus badge. So if you get more, so and you can get these 2 badges, and so basically this will be it. I will share all the teams in the replay. These teams will help you. These are the best teams which these guys have used to get their Rex, and I think it's going to help you as well. I will share the team in the description below. And also guys, we are aiming at a subscriber goal of 200 by the end of this month. And only this channel guys, I am sharing some of the best teams. You won't get this team just like that. So I've tried really hard and collected this team so that you guys can get your requirements, those who are struggling with the Rex. So don't go for 30 or 31s. Go for the full if you're doing it for the first time. I've been playing OU, and all these guys are playing OU for a lot of time. But if you're a new user, so go for the 50 with 80, go for 50 games with an 80 JXC. And as usual, I will share the teams. And please guys, like, share and subscribe to my channel. And everyone stay safe and have fun. Have a nice day guys. Bye.